Hey there, fellow gardeners and compost explorers. Have you ever looked at that pile of cardboard by your doorstep and wondered if it could actually do more than just clutter your home? What if I told you that those Amazon boxes, shipping cartons, and cereal boxes could become one of the most powerful tools in your garden's arsenal, turning lifeless waste into rich, fertile soil that your plants will absolutely thrive in? Today, I'm going to take you on a deep dive into the art and science of cardboard composting, sharing everything I've learned through years of trial, error, and eventual breakthroughs. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with a fellow gardener, comment your questions or experiences below, and subscribe to Nature's Flora so you never miss a tip that can completely transform your garden. Let's start at the very beginning. Cardboard is what we call a brown or carbon-rich material in composting circles. In other words, it's your slow, steady contributor, the material that balances out nitrogen-rich greens like kitchen scraps, grass clippings, or coffee grounds. It's durable by design, which is why it's so effective at protecting shipped goods. But this durability is exactly why it doesn't decompose as quickly as you might hope. Those corrugated layers and industrial adhesives mean that if you just toss it into a compost pile and walk away, you'll likely watch months go by without much visible progress. The secret to cardboard decomposition lies in creating the perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to do their work. These tiny organisms are the real powerhouses of your compost, breaking down complex fibers and turning them into humus. But they need moisture, air, temperature, and a balance of carbon and nitrogen to thrive. When you give them the right conditions, even the most stubborn cardboard can break down in just 2 to 4 months. Preparation is where you start winning the cardboard game. Before a single piece touches your pile, remove tape, staples, and labels. I know it's tedious, but these materials don't break down and can create problems down the line. Once your cardboard is clean, tear it into pieces about the size of your hand. The irregular edges actually help decomposition by increasing surface area and allowing microbes easier access to the fibers. A little pre-soaking in water for about 30 minutes before adding the cardboard also gives decomposition a head start and helps the pieces integrate more smoothly with your other materials. Moisture control is absolutely critical. Cardboard absorbs water quickly, which can make a pile too dry in some spots and, waterlogged in others. The ideal consistency is similar to a wrung-out sponge. Layering your cardboard with nitrogen-rich greens creates natural moisture pockets and encourages even decomposition. During dry spells, add water gently using a watering can with a fine rose attachment. In wetter periods, balance excess moisture with additional brown materials like dry leaves. Temperature is another key player. For cardboard to break down efficiently, your compost pile needs to reach between 130 and 160 degrees Fahrenheit. A pile of at least 3 feet on each side is usually sufficient to generate this heat. Turning your pile regularly is essential, but not all turning is equal. Move cardboard from the edges toward the center so it experiences the hottest parts of the pile, and mix in coarser materials like twigs or small wood chips to prevent anaerobic pockets. One of the biggest accelerators for cardboard decomposition is introducing microbial life. Adding finished compost from a previous batch immediately populates your pile with billions of decomposer organisms ready to start digesting the cardboard. Coffee grounds also deserve a special shout-out. They not only supply nitrogen but attract earthworms, whose digestive processes physically break down the cardboard fibers faster than microbes alone. For the most stubborn cardboard, a small amount of aged chicken manure can ignite a feeding frenzy among bacteria and fungi, sometimes resulting in total decomposition in as little as 6 weeks. Challenges will come, even for the most meticulous composters. Slow decomposition is often due to insufficient nitrogen or a pile that isn't heating properly. Adding fresh greens, building a larger pile, or adjusting moisture usually solves the problem. White fungal growth on cardboard is a sign of progress. These beneficial fungi are breaking down cellulose and contributing to a rich, earthy humus. Avoid disturbing them unless the pile starts to smell, which would indicate anaerobic conditions needing more aeration. Timing is another often overlooked factor. Adding cardboard during the active building phase of a new compost pile yields the best results because the material benefits from the initial surge in microbial activity and heat. If you generate a lot of cardboard, consider a dedicated pile so you can fine-tune moisture, layering, and turning specifically for paper products. And remember, patience is part of the process. Even under ideal conditions, cardboard decomposition is a biological process, and it takes time. With practice, observation, and adjustment, you'll see significant transformation within the first month and complete breakdown within 3 to 4 months. So, are you ready to turn that cardboard clutter into garden gold? Start with your next delivery box, apply these techniques, and watch your soil come alive with nutrient-rich humus that supports healthier, more vigorous plants. If this guide has helped you level up your composting game, make sure to like, share, comment your questions or experiences below, and subscribe to Nature's Flora for more practical, hands-on gardening wisdom. Your garden, and the planet, will thank you for it.